In this daily drop, I'm going to talk about 2 items I think should probably be in your kit at all times. So let's go. All right, everybody, it's really happening. I'm heading down to LA on the heels of these wildfires. And before I break down the rest of the equipment that I need for the production, my backup camera body over there, the Mix Pre 6.2 down there, and the RØDE NTG5 up there. It's time to talk about those items, or at least a couple of those items that you might not think about packing on your production because of the type of production that you're going to do. Now, this particular production I'm going to be doing down in LA is going to be on a sound stage. So we're going to be on set, interior location. Yes, we're going to be creating looks that might feel like you're outside, but it's going to be an interior job all the way. At least that's what I think. But one of the things that really separates experience from inexperience is trying to crystal ball, magic 8-ball, what might happen on a production and making sure that as best as possible, you are accounting for those possibilities. And in this case, because of what we're doing, I'll be shooting a lot of behind the scenes footage of a cinematographer and a gaffer and what they're doing. There's always going to be a chance that we're going to go outside. I have not scouted this location, and if for some reason they decide to light something from an exterior window and I've got to go outside and get BTS footage, guess what? I'm using mirrorless cameras. I'm going to need some neutral density to cut down how much light is coming into my camera. There's only so far ISO can go in terms of that. So this is a 67 millimeter Tiffen variable ND. That sound that you were hearing is a metal back cap. I like to use these on my filters. You have to find the right thread for your back of your filter. And then I like to, I'll put that on in a minute. I actually like to use lens caps for the front of my filters. So lens cap on the front and then taking one of these threaded metal back caps on the back. Obviously you have to clean your filters before you use them, but I find, hold on, there we go, that this is going to protect them very, very well. So that's the 67 millimeter one that's going to be used on my 3 prime lenses. I'll just move it between the lenses as I need to. The second one that I have here is a 58 millimeter variable ND filter. So basically the same filter, a different size. I have a 55 millimeter to 58 millimeter step-up ring, and I like to do that on lenses that are going to have a wider focal length. So this is going to go onto the Sigma 18 to 50, and I like that step up so I get a little bit more glass in the front, especially when I'm going to the wider focal lengths, to make sure that I'm not going to have issues with vignetting. So again, front cap, and I'll have a back cap that goes on here. And then lastly, I think a pretty important one, both for exterior and potentially interior, is a circular polarizer. Now I'm only bringing one, which is for the little 18 to 50, because if I'm doing some BTS and I'm running around, this is probably the one that I'm going to use it on. Probably less so to sort of deepen and get a little bit more from the sky. But sometimes when you're shooting into windows, a polarizer can be a lifesaver. You can cut down those reflections considerably by having one. So for me personally, those are the 2 items, either a variable ND or a fixed ND filter, and also a polarizer, that I think are kind of essential pieces of kit that you should have with you when you're doing a production, even if you don't think you're going to need them. I know that when I went down to Los Angeles for some stuff that I was doing specifically for Steadicam at Tiffen's location, we did go outside, and I absolutely needed these tools for what I was doing. They're well protected. They're still going to go inside of a padded case, so I'm going to put these in right now. And it's really a good idea to do a little check on everything as well. When I was about to shoot this video, which was unplanned, I just decided to do a video about this, I realized, because I had been deciding which filters I was going to bring, that I had forgotten to put the step-up ring, the 55 to 58 millimeter, onto this variable ND filter. So good thing. It's like checks and balances. I will report from down in LA. My first episode from down there will kind of be arriving and giving you my take on what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. And I'm a little apprehensive, but I'm also excited to get back on set and get into production. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.